If you're a photographer who's tired of posting your work once on Instagram and letting it disappear into the feed abyss, this is for you. Pinterest is not just another place to share your work. It's a search engine or a search marketing platform that works 24/7 to bring in your dream clients to your website. And the best part, you can turn one photo session into 10 plus pins that do all the heavy lifting for you in a very short period of time. Here's exactly how to do it step by step. Step 1, choose the right session to feature. Start with a session that matches the kind of work that you want to book more of. So if you're a brand photographer and you did a family session, you may not want to feature the family session on your blog or to do less of those. Whatever you're focusing on, whatever you want to sell, whichever sessions you truly want to photograph, these are the sessions that you're going to pick. So if you're a wedding photographer, but you want to shift into branding, then start by featuring that recent brand shoot that you loved. You're not just pinning pretty images, you're building a portfolio that sells. Hopefully that connects. That connected for me as a photographer years ago when it comes to Pinterest. Hopefully that will help connect for you. And pro tip, make sure that you've blogged about it. Pinterest loves fresh links, and blog posts are the best place to drive traffic because people want to see more images like the one that caught their eyes. I'll give you an example. As a brand photographer, of course, I look for photos that are inspirational for me for a specific client, let's say. And I always get super frustrated if I find a photo that I love and then I click on that pin, like that pin with the photo, right? And I click on that pin and then it dumps me onto someone's website. I've taken the time to even look through their blogs and scroll and scroll and scroll, but most people, especially your ideal client, is probably never going to do that. So make sure that you're linking specifically to the blog post. Step 2, create a weekly Pinterest workflow. To save time and stay consistent, I recommend batching your Pinterest content once a week using your newest blog, one of your top performing older blogs. You can check Google Search Console for that, and also 1 to 2 freebies that lead to your email list. Doing this keeps your content mix strong, fresh, proven, and lead generating. And I do mean every week. So every week you're going to be creating a pin for 1 or 2 different freebies that lead to your email list, because it is proven statistically that 20% of all your sales will typically come from people on your email list because they're consistently every week seeing more about what you do. Step number 3, design 10 plus pin graphics with Canva. You want to use a very simple Canva template that you can reuse again and again. Using Canva is my favorite thing to do, and I find pin templates that I love and I put them all on one Canva thing so that you have pin and then pin and then pin and then pin all the way down in that one thing. And I create a Canva, what's it called? A Canva brand template. And that way, every time I go into it, the Canva templates already have my website on there, all the things that we're going to talk about in a second. Every time you go to click on it, it automatically makes basically a copy of it for you. And then you go in and change the title and all the other things to make those pins work for you. You want to create at least 10 different pins from the one session. You want to make 3 pins featuring single standout images. You want to create 2 to 3 pins that have variety of images and keywords. You want to have 2 pins that are promoting your blog post using one of the images or 2 of the images. And then 2 pins that are driving traffic to a relevant freebie. And then 1 pin behind the scenes maybe of that photo shoot. So if you have any videos, that would be a great behind the scenes pin or video pin that you can create as well. So if you want to do it faster, as I mentioned, creating brand templates will save you so much time, and you can create a folder full of all of those pins. Step number 4, write pin titles that speak directly to your dream client. No fluff, no mystery. Write titles that are keyword rich and location specific. For photographers, this is key. And you want to choose the location where this shoot was. So I'm based in San Jose. I do a lot of my brand sessions at a studio in Los Altos. So I would use Los Altos, or I would use Northern California, or I would use the Bay Area. All the different keyword, location specific keywords that you can use. It's so important. But if you do a shoot in another state or in another location, you're going to use those specific keywords to try to get some more clients. An example is, instead of beautiful brand photography, try Bay Area brand photographer, clean and modern photos for coaches. What you're doing is you're helping your dream client find you. Think about what they would type in that search bar specifically into Pinterest to know what to do. Pro tip, I have been known to do this and it helps a lot, is to go onto your stories and do a poll or a question and say, if you were looking for brand photos for a coach, what would you type in to the search bar for Pinterest to find that? And you might be shocked at what people actually put in there. In my opinion, it is shocking. Step 5, add the right link and call to action. This is so important. Each pin should include a link to your website instead of like http://www.jenvasquez.com. You're just going to put jenvasquez.com, either all caps, all lowercase, however you want to do it. You want to have on every single pin a strong call to action, like click to see the full gallery, or I'll do something like see more images. That is the one that usually gets most conversions, is to see more images. Step 6, schedule pins with Tailwind. This is where the time-saving magic kicks in. If you use Tailwind, which is my favorite Pinterest scheduling tool, and I'll put a link below, load up all of those pins from the session, and then you can schedule them across the next 4 or 5 weeks and across 10 different boards, which is going to give you way more opportunity to get found. And you also want to use different pin titles for every single one of your pins. You don't want to reuse the same title, because we want to use different keywords that are going to get people to click and go to your website. It's going to help everything, like for Google, for your business to be found. And this way you stay consistent in your marketing without actually marketing 24/7. You could literally just spend once a week doing this and you're having consistent marketing going out. And I will say also, this is the big excitement for me when it comes to Pinterest. Pinterest doesn't just last 24 to 48 hours like Instagram does. Like an Instagram post, once it's 24 to 48 hours, it's not new anymore, and it's not going to be sent out to a bunch of people unless it happens to go viral, which you just never know. But in this case, Pinterest lasts a year or more. Some of my top 10 pins are from 6 and 7 years ago, which is embarrassing as a photographer, but I'm still booking clients. So it's just a part of this machine that is a search marketing machine, just like Google, that sends them out to people all the time for a long, long time. It's very exciting. This is a bonus step. Repurpose for more visibility. So those pins, you can reuse those graphics and captions for Instagram carousels, for your email newsletter content, for Facebook posts, for reels or stories. Include them everywhere. This is amazing. And one pro tip is that when you make these pins for that blog in particular, you definitely want to add those pins to that blog, on the bottom of that blog. And the reason is because people can then save that pin directly to one of their Pinterest boards as they're reading your blog, so they don't forget or they can refer back to it. And saves is also something that is amazing on Pinterest, because when you get more saves, just like all the other analytics start to rise as well. This is basically content that sells and saves you time. Pinterest doesn't have to be overwhelming, I promise you. You don't need to create new content every day. You just need a smart marketing workflow that will help to do it for you. If you can turn one photo session into 10 plus pins, imagine what you can do with a full month of content prepped and ready to share, all without you. Want to learn this whole system in person with content creation built right into the experience? I am hosting a brand new retreat for photographers called Booked AF, happening this June in Northern California, and you're gonna walk away with a marketing workflow that works for you and the time you have to give. If you're a mom, if you're a caretaker for a parent, like whatever your situation is, we're gonna create a custom marketing workflow for you that is totally doable, a Pinterest strategy that will work to help get you more clients without a whole lot of work, and a full gallery of brand content, photos and video, so that you can market your business with ease. So sign up for the wait list, because then you'll be the first person to get all the juicy details. This wait list doesn't mean that you're signing up. It just means that you want more information. You're gonna go to learn.jenvasquez.com/booked-AF, but the link will be below. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week.